Hi everyone, welcome to Recipes and Vlog with Swati. My name is Swati and in this video I will be giving you complete and detailed information that how you can get driving license in Oman. So before starting, I have a small request that if you find this video informative, then please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video and share it with your family and friends. So let's begin with the topic. So I have divided this complete procedure in three categories. One is before driving test, then driving test, and third one is after the driving test. So I will explain each and every term that what you have to do under each category. So first let's start with before driving test. First step is to get yourself registered with ROP. ROP means Royal Oman Police. So from here onwards I will be using term ROP for Royal Oman Police. So while going for registration, you need to carry few documents, and these documents are your passport, your resident card, your vision test from authorized optical shop, your blood test, and these tests are just to check that if you are fit for driving a car or not. So after this, ROP will issue you a green book. So this green book is your main document which will have all your records about your test, and your examiner will give his observation in this green book only. So this is very important book to carry, and whenever you are going for test, you need to carry this green book with you. So after getting green book, your main important work is to arrange for your instructor. So this is very important because generally all instructor here are Omanis, they all are local here, and if you are a woman then you can go for woman instructor, but it's completely up to you. If you want to learn from a male instructor, you can definitely go with that. So generally people choose their instructor through their friend's recommendation. If your colleague or any of your friend who recently passed the examination, you can definitely go with their instructor also. And the main thing you need to focus is on their language understanding, their professionalism and their skills to teach you. So these are the basic things you need to focus upon while choosing the instructor. And while choosing the instructor, you need to discuss with them their per hour cost, their test cost, because generally if you fail the exam you have to pay them a certain amount, and if you pass the exam then also you have to pay them certain amount. So all these things you need to negotiate with them, you need to discuss with them before finalizing them. So I have few tips for you that whenever you are going for the instructor, you should never pay them lump sum amount. You should always pay them hourly basis. Of course, your instructor, he will promise you that he will teach you few tips and tricks which will help you to clear the exam fast, and this will make your exam very easy, but you should never pay them lump sum amount. It's always suggested to pay them on hourly basis. And second important thing is that you should always keep your green book with you. So in case if you are not comfortable with your instructor and you want to change him at any point of time, you can easily change him if you have your green book with you. And third point is that you should never discourage by your instructor screaming. He may scold you while teaching you, while giving you instructions while practicing. So you should never get discouraged by this. Instead, you should listen to them very carefully, because generally they are very experienced. They know that where people commit majority of mistakes. So you should listen to them very carefully and follow their instructions also. So these are the few things which you should always keep in your mind while choosing instructor. And choosing an instructor is very critical, because if you have a good instructor, this will make your whole driving journey very smooth and very easy. So this is important before going for driving test. Now coming to the second point, which is driving test. And so generally for driving test there are three stages. First one is eye and signal test, then drum and slope test, and then road test. So first is just eye and sign test. This is very simple, very basic, and this is basically theoretical test. So when you go for your registration and get your green book, they will simply ask you few questions about the signs. They will place a chart in front of you. You have to identify the sign and answer them, whatever they are asking you. Normally around 5 to 10 signs they will ask, and this will go for around few minutes only. And these signs you can easily get from online resources. Charts are there in ROP office, and I will also put link in description box. In case you want to check, you can check from there also. So this is about eye and sign test, very basic. Generally everyone cleared this exam. So second test is drum and slope test. So let's talk about drum test first. So purpose of drum test is to make you comfortable and to master you while doing parking properly in future. So in this test, what you have to do, you simply have to pass your car between the two rows of drum without touching them. So you have to do it 2 times, right side and the left side. So procedure of this test is that you simply have to go to the location. Official will ask you to come and he will simply give you instructions that you have to go from this side to this side without touching the drum, and you simply have to follow their instruction. While doing this test, you will be all alone in your car. So I will share a few tips with you which will definitely help you and make this whole process easy. So first one is that practice well. So you have to be confident enough when you are sure that you will clear this exam and you are doing it without touching while doing practices, then only you should go for this test. Second one is that you should use same car in which you are doing your practice. And third, be patient, do it slowly, do it confidently. And fourth, do it in one stretch. Don't change the gear. Of course, you can apply brake whenever you feel it like, but you can't change the gear. So if you change the gear, you will not qualify the exam. Second thing is that use side mirrors well. So while passing your car between the drums, you can't look here and there or to back or to go in front seat. You just can't do that. You simply have to use your mirrors. So these are the few tips you have to follow, and other than that, your instructor will also teach you few tips which will help you a lot. Now coming to the second part of this test is slope test. So in this test, they will basically check you that how well you can drive on upward slope. So because Oman is a mountainous place, you have to drive on upward roads in real life also. So this is the purpose of this test. So tips for this test is that you simply have to have good practice in synchronization of handbrake and accelerator. So you have to work on these two particular functions very well. And second, be watchful for the red and green light signal, because you have to follow this when instructor will tell you to do this exam. So this is about this slope test. Generally, people clear these both exams easily, but they may face difficulties in slope test. So before going for this test, it's recommended that you should go for at least 5 to 6 classes before going for exam. So this is about the drum and slope test. So now coming to the second test. So after completion of your drum and slope test, you are qualifying to go for this road test. Basically, this one is the hardest to clear. Mostly this takes more than 1 or 2 attempts, but it may take several attempts. So it's better to stay focused and determined and alert while taking your classes. Then only you can clear this exam very easily. So purpose of this test is to prepare you for real on-road driving and to make you capable of handling the real situations and problems efficiently while doing driving. So when you and your instructor are confident enough that you have learned well, then only you should ask your instructor to go and book your test, and generally he will go and book your test 1 or 2 days prior to your actual test. So let me take you to the procedure of this test. And so basically this test will take around 15 to 20 minutes. Your instructor will be at the back seat and he is not allowed to give you any instruction, any suggestions while doing this test. ROP official will sit on the passenger seat and you have to follow his instructions. He will ask you to go left or right, to tell you to go from one turn to another turn. You have to simply follow his complete instructions. So basically by telling so, he will be observing you that how well and confidently you are driving, how you are adhering to the rules, your control on your vehicle, your knowledge about traffic rules, and your presence of mind while driving. I would like to share a few tips with you so that it will help you to clear these exams. So first one is to do small practice session before going for your test. Around 30 to 40 minutes you can go and practice well. Second one, dress professionally. Of course, this will not impact your driving skills. This is not going to help you, but definitely it will give good impression about you to the examiner. Third one is to check your mirrors properly, their positions, adjust them if necessary, and check the gear position. So these are the basic things you should check prior to going for test. Fourth one is that listen to your examiner very carefully. At this moment, you can't afford to miss any of his instructions. Of course, if you are not able to understand anything, you miss something, then you can ask him politely to repeat the same. And fifth one is to avoid wear glasses, because he may be checking your position of eyes, your eye movement while changing lanes, going on roundabouts, and mirror knowledge. So it's better to avoid sunglasses. And sixth one is follow driving rules. So this is very important. You should not drive very fast, you should not drive very slow. You should simply follow the speed limit of that particular road in which you are driving. Don't touch the yellow line, drive in your lane without touching the line. Use your mirrors properly. While driving, you can't look back, you can't look here and there. You simply have to follow mirrors properly. And for going for roundabout, changing lane, reversing car, you should focus on these areas specifically. Stop your car when it says so, and keep safe distance from your front vehicle. Change lanes properly. So when you're changing lane, you should change only on the dotted lines. Check mirrors and then change. Check your speed, check the speed of back car. Don't forget to give indicator while changing lanes. Follow speed of that road. So these are the basic things you should always keep in your mind whenever you are changing lanes. Seventh tip is apply brake neatly. Slow your speed and then apply brake. Eighth one is roundabout. So practice this part very carefully. Don't stop your car on any roundabout. Follow your lane. You are not allowed to change lane while going on roundabout. So ninth part is reverse. So reversing is very important. This part is where many people can't do perfectly, because you can't look back here and there. You simply have to follow mirrors and then reverse. Always keep emergency light on while reversing. 10th tip is about parking. So at last your examiner will tell you to park. So many people fail at this point of time, so you have to do it very patiently and don't lose your focus. Tips for this are that don't try to make it fast, go slowly, find a safe parking. So you should check about other cars also and change gear properly. Make your car on parking gear, remove your seat belt. So you have to follow each and everything till the last moment of your test. Last and very important tip is that in case if your examiner is telling you to do something which is against rule of traffic, then you should simply say him no, because he might be just checking your knowledge. So once you are done with your test, your examiner will tell you at that very moment that if you have cleared your exam or not. If you have not cleared it, he will give you some observation in your green book. He will write in that book. He may write in Arabic, so you can ask your instructor to translate for you. So you have to thank him politely, because if you fail the exam, you have to come back again for giving your exam. And being rude and will definitely make your getting a license journey very tough. So it's always better to be polite and be patient. And if you pass, you can go to the ROP office and get your license on the very same day. Documents you need for that are your resident card, passport size photocopy, and one application form which you can get from ROP office. So this is about the whole process of getting license and about the driving test. There are few tips and tricks your instructor will tell you. You have to follow him. You should choose your instructor wisely. And these are the basic things which will help you to clear your exam and get your license. So I think getting a license here is very important, because this is a beautiful place, and if you want to explore it, you must have your own car, and for that you need license. And if you have family with you, you need it for your kids' school, your medical emergencies also. So it's always suggested to go for license and get your car. So this is very important. So I try to make this whole process simple and try to give you best tips and tricks from my side, so that it will help you to get this license easily. And in case if you find this video informative, then make sure to subscribe to the channel, share with your family and friends if they are also looking for a license. This will definitely help them. So see you on in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.